Hey guys, Blaine Garrett here. Welcome to Cook Your Catch. Today we are making a trout salad sandwich. Let's get started. The way I like to eat my trout, the way a lot of people like to eat their trout, is the aluminum foil, wrap it up, stuff it with some butter and some lemon, put some garlic in there, put it on an open fire, put it in a grill, and bake that, steam that trout, you know, skin on, head on, the whole thing, and then pull it off, pull the skin off, and eat it that way. So what we have is, we have our trout that's been pulled off the bone, all the skin removed. It's kind of like a can of tuna or like a can of salmon, right? That's what we're dealing with. One thing to remember, if you don't want it in there, don't put it in there. I'm throwing the whole kitchen at this sandwich. Today, we've got onion, we got celery, we got sweet relish, mayo, guacamole, lemon, horseradish. We got some tomatoes, some cucumbers, and some spinach. We're gonna be building us a serious sandwich. So, let's get started. First thing that we're gonna start with is our trout. Throw that in there, get that plate out of here. Next thing that we're gonna do, onions. And again, guys, this is, you're doing this to how much you think you're gonna want. I think that's good. I'm done with my onion. Some celery. Give that a little pop, a little crunch when you bite into it. Celery, done, out of the way. Okay, now here's where you gotta start being careful, okay? I'm gonna put a little relish in here. I'm not putting a whole bunch in at the front. What I wanna taste when this sandwich is made is I want a little heat, I want a little spice, I want a little crunch, and I want it cold, okay? Next thing, some mayo. Be careful with this. You can always add more, but it's real hard to take your mayonnaise out of the bowl, all right? So I'm just gonna start with, that looks to be about 2 tablespoons right there. All right, I'm just gonna set that off because we might end up putting some more in there. Next thing we're gonna do, add a little salt and pepper. Got some salt. That looks good. I'm a pepper man. Add some pepper. There we go, got some pepper. All right, we're gonna start there. Let's give this thing a stir and just see how we're sitting with our consistency. We're gonna be toasting some ciabatta bread, and then we're gonna be adding all of our fixins on top of our sandwich. I don't know, man, I don't think we need to add much more. Oh, I see a bone. Pick out some bones. Trout are notorious for that. Oh man, I'm having a hard time just like not eating this whole thing with a spoon right now. Okay, the only way to know if this thing's ready or not is to give this the old taste. I need a little more sweet because I want that sweet heat. All right, the real magic comes in when we start building this sandwich. This thing's gonna be about as big as a small pickup truck when we get finished with it. Cool, here we go. That's what we're working with right there. Give me some of that. All right, next thing that we're gonna do is we're going to toast our bread. So I got some butter over here. I'm gonna grab my buns, these buns, and I'm gonna take them over to the grill and we're gonna get these things fired up. One more. All right, there we go. Okay, now, I'm gonna do a little bit of this. Put a little glaze on that thing. One more. I feel like Bob Ross right now. Just a happy little butter mark. Here we go. All right, buns are buttered. Time for the grill. This is gonna be good. Okay, here we go. It's time to build some stuff. I'm gonna set my buns over here to the side. Which one do I want? Man, I could eat that bread just like it is. Before we start building anything, we're gonna do a little bit of this lemon squeeze. All right, it's time to start building our sandwiches, but before we do, check this out. This is what I'm doing. On one side, I'm going with a little guacamole. Just like so. Give her a nice good skim. You want a lot, put on a lot. You want a little, put on a little. There we go. And on the other side, this is where that spice comes in I was talking about, right? The sweet and the heat. This is creamy, spicy horseradish. All right, grab the bottom. Order is important. Big old scoop, right up on the top. Oop. Tuck some right up in there, just like that. Okay, time to build. First thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put on my cukes, man. Real thin slices. Check that out right there. Get you some cucumbers. Eat that one. All right, I think I'm gonna go with my spinach. If y'all want different kind of lettuce, spinach, kale, romaine, whatever. Okay, next thing is my tomato. Look at that big old tomato slice going right on top. And that right there. Now it comes down to like one of the most important decisions in this entire thing, which is how you're gonna cut it. You're gonna cut it at a 90, or you're gonna do a 45 and get all tricky, right? I'm doing the 90. That's how I'm doing it. Get my saw out. Here we go. Trout salad sandwich on a ciabatta bun. Cool meal for a hot summer day. Thanks for watching.
Mm-hmm.